What's up, guys? Today we're back in another video, and you guys know what time it is. We're gonna be reacting to Girl a Garden is Dying. Yes, finally this dumb game is dying. I'm actually very excited that Grow a Garden is dying because guess what? I'm a Grey Garden hater. That game is way too overrated, man. I play still a brain rot, Super League Soccer, and what else? 99 Nights in the Forest modded, because the regular 99 Nights in the Forest is too hard. I mean, it's very hard. So, yeah, shout out to Muzu, whatever his name is, for creating this banger. And actually, what? I hate Grow a Garden. So to all the Grow a Garden lovers, I'm sorry. Let's just get into the video. Let me start.
Get 2 slices and a Pepsi for just $8 only at Pilot and Flying J. See you out here.
Same thing?
This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T is best deal taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call.
Get the all-new iPhone 17.
Blew up faster than anything we've ever seen, and for a few months, it felt like the only game anyone was talking about. We're talking record-breaking player counts, billions of visits, and TikTok clips everywhere. But now, things are starting to change. Player numbers are down, competitors are stealing the spotlight, and the game's own economy is falling apart. In this video, we're going to look at the biggest problems Grow a Garden is facing right now. And if the devs don't fix them soon, this game could go from Roblox's biggest hit to a dead game that nobody...
I already know that Grey Garden is already dead, because Jandel gave up on the game. At this point, there's no point of playing Grey Garden no more. The owner literally gave up on the game, and he's creating what's he called? He created Plants vs. Brainrot. Why is he creating Plants vs. Brainrot when he literally got demolished by Sammy? Sammy's still a brainer, bro. Jandel is just a runner, bro. He literally left the game that got destroyed by By still a brainer, and he's creating another one. But I don't know, maybe that game will get popular. The one that Jandel created.
talks about anymore. Let's roll it back to March 25th, 2025. That's the day Grow a Garden dropped. When it first dropped, it just looked like another cozy farming game. You plant seeds, harvest crops, unlock some pets, and keep grinding for upgrades.
I don't know why Grow a Garden got those many players. You only have to do basic stuff. Go to the shop and buy plants. Like, what's so fun about that? What's so fun about going and buying plants that cost like a bajillion of your Robux and coming and plant them here, and you're gonna sell them anyways? What's the point, bro?
Nothing crazy. Roblox has had farming sims for years, but this one was different. The devs packed it with little hooks that kept people logging back in. Shops would restock constantly, random weather events spice things up, limited time seed kept players chasing the next thing, and pets could even mutate into rare versions. There was always something new to go after, and players loved it. By June, the numbers were insane. One weekend, the game hit 17 million concurrent players. That's almost the entire population of the Netherlands playing at the same time. Then in July, it broke its own record, almost 22 million concurrents. Roblox even said it became the fastest game in platform history to hit #1 in player spending. For comparison, Adopt Me used to be the gold standard for Roblox peaks, but Grow a Garden crushed those numbers in just a few months. When a game blows up this fast, people start asking...
Sorry for pausing the video, but guys, just quit your Grow a Garden. Just quit it. Go play Still a Brainer on 99 Nights in the Forest. First of all, the owner literally quit the game. Second of all, the game is literally boring. Why would you play a boring game? Play Still a Brainer on 99 Nights, the Forest, Super League Soccer, or Rivals. Do that. Don't play
questions. Some analysts claimed Grow a Garden was being botted, that devs were inflating player counts with fake accounts. It got so loud that Roblox had to step in, and instead of calling it fake, they actually defended Grow a Garden. Roblox said the numbers were real, that the game was blowing up because players kept coming back and playing with friends. Even the firm that first accused the game of botting ended up walking back their claim. So what actually made Grow a Garden so addictive? It wasn't one big feature. It was the way the devs stacked a bunch of smaller ones on top of each other. Pets were a huge part of it. You'd hatch eggs, collect different types, and keep grinding to unlock the rare ones everyone wanted. Then came mutations, which gave you a reason to keep grinding even if you already had the pet you wanted. On top of that, the game kept rolling out events that added brand new mechanics. The cooking event is a good example. It turned crops into ingredients, and it was such a hit that it became a permanent part of the game. And of course, there were the famous admin abuse events, moments where devs would drop rare seeds or spawn crazy weather in public servers. Players never knew what was coming, and that unpredictability kept everyone hyped. For a while, this was the golden age of Grow a Garden. Updates felt exciting, weekends were packed, and there was always something new to grind for. But that's the catch with a system built on constant updates. Once the events start to repeat themselves, the excitement fades and players begin to feel like they've seen it all before. And that's exactly what happened. By late August, the hype around new updates was slowing down. The fairy event in August, for example, looked way too much like the earlier Busy Bee event. Same kind of mechanics, just dressed up differently. For newer players, it was fine, but longtime players quickly called it out as boring and predictable. The other problem was competition. While Grow a Garden was still huge, two new Roblox games were blowing up fast. 99 Nights in the Forest and Steal a...
Yeah, this is what you guys should be playing, bro. Do not play Grow a Garden. Play 99 Nights in the Forest, Still a Brainer, or Rivals. Or Super League Soccer, bro.
Brain rot. Both leaned into chaotic, meme-style gameplay that was super easy to share on TikTok and YouTube.
Just look at how fun this looks. Just look at how fun this looks. But Grow a Garden, just go plant seeds and sell them, bro.
Shorts. By September, Steal a Brain Rot even smashed Grow a Garden's record, pulling in 24 million
Yeah, I think Steal a Brainer had the potential to reach 30 million players. I think they can do that. I actually think they can do that. Because there's
players in one weekend. Then there was 99 Nights in the Forest. Its update pulled in millions of players, and by September, it was often trading places with Grow a Garden for the number 2 or number 3 spot on Roblox. And now, it's even taken the number 1 spot on Roblox. And just like that, for the first time since launch, Grow a Garden wasn't sitting alone at the top anymore. But if there was one thing that really started dragging Grow a Garden down, it wasn't the events or the competition. It was the economy.
Yeah, bro. Look at that. Look at that, bro. How much is that?
August 2nd, the devs added trading. At first, everyone thought this was going to be a great feature. You could finally swap pets, crops, and even currency with other players. But it didn't take long for things to go out of control. Prices started going crazy almost overnight. Eggs that used to cost just a few million shekels in the shop were suddenly being traded for trillions. By September, people were posting screenshots showing balances in the sextillions. Numbers so big they didn't even fit into a normal calculator. And it wasn't just inflation. Reports started spreading about duplicated pets. Raccoons, kitsunes, and other rare pets were being copied through exploits, and entire inventories of them were
pets. They're like 1,000 Robux just for pets.
Hitting the market. Some players even took it outside of Roblox, selling stacks of duped pets on Discord or eBay for just a couple of dollars. The worst of it all was the raccoon exploit. The raccoon's normal ability was to steal fruit from other...
What do you call that? Pay to win. Yeah, it's pay to win, bro.
Garden. But some players figured out that with the right setup, usually using a high value seed like the Bone Blossom, they could trick raccoons into duplicating the fruit again and again. When people started running this across alt accounts, it basically turned into an infinite money glitch. Pretty soon, public servers were filled with players carrying ridiculous amounts of cash. Even the so-called broke players had trillions sitting in their balance. Shops and rewards became meaningless because at that point, anyone could buy anything instantly. The developers did try to fight back. On August 30th, they completely shut down shekel trading and only brought it back on September 3rd after patching a few of the issues. They also made shops more expensive, with prices doubling or even tripling every time you restock. But none of it really fixed the situation. For new players, inflation...
Yeah, but guys, this is an absolute banger, bro. I actually love this. Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Mosey if you guys want to, and make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the post notification if you want to my account. Let's keep going. Okay.
made things almost impossible, while older players with duped money barely felt it. And the idea of doing a full reset, wiping everyone's progress back to zero, wasn't really an option either. For newer players, it might have sounded fair, like starting fresh so the economy could stabilize. But for older players who had spent months grinding, trading, and in some cases even spending real money on pets and seeds, losing everything overnight wouldn't have been fair. It was a perfect lose-lose situation, and it showed just how badly the game's economy had gotten out of control. Before the economy even collapsed,
Yeah, that was talking all that smack, bruh. But guess what? Sammy had the last laugh.
Garden was already relying on admin abuse events to keep players interested. These were the big hype moments where developers jumped into public servers and started restocking
Why are you calling him a thief, bruh? Why are you calling him a
rare seeds, even gear like
You're calling the person who literally beat you by 2 million players a thief?
Grandmaster Sprinkler. For a while, players loved it. Rare items that were usually hard to find suddenly came into stock. But the more it happened, the less exciting it became. When the server is walking around with overpowered gear, progression stops feeling rewarding. Everyone had the best items already, so grinding for them the normal way didn't matter anymore. And while these events looked amazing, they also created a weird cycle. Every weekend, when an admin event kicked off, Grow a Garden's numbers shot back up to millions, but once the chaos ended, the weekday numbers dropped hard again. The pattern was obvious. Big events could bring players back for a short burst of hype, but they couldn't hide the fact that the game's baseline was slowly sinking lower and lower. By September, even Jendel and the team had to admit the old formula wasn't going to last. Pumping out weekly events and quick hype drops just wasn't sustainable anymore. Players were starting to feel burned out, and some of the updates felt too familiar, even though the devs were clearly putting in a lot of work to keep content flowing. Another problem that didn't get much attention early on was what the game feels like for new players. Picture this. You join Grow a Garden today with 20 shekels and an empty garden. You load into a server and instantly see people sitting on quadrillions, sextillions, or even infinite money from old exploits. Some of them might even hand you trillions like it's nothing. At first that might sound amazing. Free money, right? But in reality, it ruins the game. If you can buy everything instantly, there's nothing left to grind for. And if you refuse donations, the climb feels
That's true. That's true. Sorry for pause. 6, 7. Okay, sorry.
possible when everyone around you is already stacked. Either way, it's discouraging, and that's why Grow a Garden has struggled to keep new players around. The game isn't just losing old players, it's also struggling to bring in the next wave of players who are supposed to replace them. So what's next for Grow a Garden? At this point, its future depends on a few big moves. Now, I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber, not a game developer. The devs are definitely way smarter than me, but here are some changes that, in my opinion, could actually make the game better. First, the economy has to be fixed. Dupes and glitches need to be patched, and instead of just making shops more expensive, the game needs better ways to
It's pointless. Okay, yeah, that's it for the video today. If you enjoyed watching me watch Grow a Garden dying, better like and subscribe to this banger video. And GG's.